Hi. So I'd like to talk today about dive tables and decompression planning. So we have to start off with asking ourselves, what are dive tables? And dive tables are a tool that we can use to manage our decompression stress as divers. You've learned already that during diving, our bodies go under greater pressure, and when we are breathing compressed gases like air, the nitrogen in that gas gets absorbed into our body, and the longer we stay down, the more gets absorbed, and we reach a limit where we need to surface before we absorb too much nitrogen um, for us to be able to safely ascend straight to the surface. And so dive tables are a tool to help you calculate this amount of time that you can spend. And so they typically look something like this. There's a variety of different tables out there. This is the one that PADI offers. So I think learning dive tables has a number of benefits. So in sections 4 and 5 of the PADI Open Water Diver course, you've already been introduced to decompression theory. But it is beneficial to learn because both dive computers and dive tables are statistical probabilities of will you get decompression sickness. They are designed to strike a balance between conservatism, making it very, very, very improbable that you will get decompression sickness, and also practicality. The only way to 100% guarantee that you do not get decompression sickness is to not go scuba diving. And so these computers and tables have been developed over the years by doing tests with U.S. Navy divers and divers from across the world. And it's important to keep in mind that the no decompression limit that your computer gives you or that the table gives you is a stake it is drawing, or a line it's drawing somewhere in the sand of the gray zone of decompression stress. And so learning the tables helps you to better understand how decompression theory works, help you understand what your computer is doing when it gives you a number, a no decompression limit number. They're also very useful for planning repetitive dives. Now, depending on your dive computer, you can do this with your dive computer, but it tends to be rather a convoluted combination of button pressing. And so often it can be quite easier, if you're familiar with dive tables, to just use a table. Number 3, they are very helpful for saving your dive. If you get out to the dive site and you find that your computer dies, it won't turn on, it's having some sort of an issue, you don't need to quit your day of diving. You can back up to your dive tables. So my suggestion is to save a copy of one of these tables to your phone so that you have it with you wherever you go. So if you go to your PADI e-learning, this is what the Open Water Diver course looks like right now in 2022. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this, you will find a resources section. And in these resources sections are a RDP table. This is the PADI's form of a dive table called the Recreational Dive Planner. They have it in both metric and imperial. There's also a section here that gives you instructions for how to use the tables, and also quiz and exam on using these tables. So you'll also find, as you learn how to use dive tables, there's this little section in your dive log that has these kind of strange shapes and boxes and letters, and these all come from dive tables. So if you know how to use your tables, you can help fill this out and complete your entire logging of your dive if you choose to log your dive with a paper book.